A P to the V to the E production presents Comic Movie Comics with James and Blu.
I guess the first thing that pops up to me is the look of it. What do you think about the look of
it's
what
very Disney.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
It is like super Disney.
Like almost like old school, like Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping White.
Yeah, well,
just with high res.
Well, I feel like they did a lot of light boxing, like like Scanner Darkly, where you used to do like rotoscoping.
Yeah,
I feel like it was that style. You know what I mean? Which it looks clean, especially for like a rotoscope like animated job. It looks really clean. It's good. There were scenes that bothered me where I could tell that they just like pulled the original scene and drew right over it.
Oh, you mean like everybody was static except for like one person or something like that?
Well, I mean, even like this scene where they're talking to each other, like this occurred in the movie, like in the Captain America movie.
Oh, so you didn't like that they pulled scenes from the Captain America movie?
So I liked that they pulled the original scenes, and I dug that. I just think I would have preferred that it was animated and not like, scoped.
Oh, what do you mean by scoped? I don't know.
That's where you take the original like film, and then you draw over the original film, like scene by scene, and then they have an animation that follows it. Like basically what they did was they took the original, like in some of the scenes they took the original Captain America movie, right?
Yeah, like especially like when she got the super serum.
Yeah. And so what they did was like for anything that repeated itself, they'd put like a wire frame over the character on the movie, and then they would just attach the animation to it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So like everything in the background is basically scoped, and then the only thing that's changed is whatever the new character.
Well, and then like when like these scenes are all newly animated, you know what I mean? But like up until this point.
Oh, so I guess I didn't really mind that. I thought it was cool that it was so exactly like the movie.
So I minded because I could see the transition. You know what I mean? I could tell when they went from one to the other and back. Like I could see it, and like that was what was bothering me. It wasn't as clean of a transition as I would expect from a company as professional as Disney.
Wow, yeah, that's not what I got out of it, because I thought this stuff looks great, like almost movie quality, like this type of stuff that could be.
Oh yeah, like definitely like in the stills, as stills, they look really good, and like small little fragments, it's cool. But when watching it like as a continuous episode, like
that's not what. I think it looked better when it's moving, because when it was in the stills, I was thinking, man, this looks kind of cheap. It's hard lines. It's like it didn't look like it had a lot of facial expression at first. Like I got the totally different opposite. Like when I looked at the stills, I was thinking it was not going to be that great, and then when it animated, to me, it just felt real smooth.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really clean. Like I like how they're doing the lighting and everything here. It's just like, especially in the train scene. The train scene, it was super apparent to me, like where they were switching back and forth. And like I said, I like the animation. It was really good. I just wish they would have either stuck with one or the other and not did both, because you could see the transition between them.
Oh no, that wasn't a problem with me. I liked that setup that they had, because I liked having the exact same scene, but just
I don't know. We'll see if it grows on me through future episodes. What they were saying is the Nexus event wasn't that Rogers and her switch places. It was their love that caused them to switch places and created the Nexus event. And that was something that seemed redundant to me, and it seemed very overly Disney instead of exploring one of the other ways of creating a Nexus event.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't read it that way. I thought she stayed because she liked him, but she also liked him in the first one too. Yeah, it was because it was mainly. I thought the difference was she stayed instead of went upstairs. That's what created the Nexus.
Oh no, it definitely like that is. But the reason why she stayed and the looks on their faces, yeah, I just got that too. Yeah, no, but like the looks on their faces and stuff, it had like, I wasn't feeling it.
They're already in love though. That was all part of Captain America. I guess that part, I just blew past that part because that all made sense to me. It even made sense to me.
Well, you see, that was the part that bothered me about it. Was because they were already in love. And I was like, why is that a Nexus?
Oh, that's why I didn't take that as a Nexus event, because they were already in love. So the only difference was this time she decided to stay down there, which caused a chain of events.
Oh, no, totally.
Caused all kinds of stuff. And I've heard people complain about kind of like this guy representing, like suppressing white males, and Disney's pushing this whole agenda down. And I didn't get that feeling from this show, from this one, like they're pushing this woman's agenda or anything like that. To me, they were talking exactly how I would imagine they would talk at that time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they would be like a little suppressive, against women and stuff like it wasn't a social statement, more of a time.
I was like, if anything is unrealistic, it was how many allies that came to her assistance immediately after. Like, that would be the unrealistic part of that.
Yeah, maybe Howard Stark. I can see him, but
Howard Stark's supposed to be this hardcore womanizer.
Yeah, Howard Stark was kind of an asshole, more so than Tony Stark was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was all about his science. He didn't care about necessarily people.
No, and his whole presentation in this show was very much like, oh, I'm here to be in support of Proto Shield, instead of the whole reason he was there originally, which was he had a huge crush on Haley Atwell.
How was he in Agent Carter? You ever watched that?
Yeah.
And was he the same, pretty much the same way as he is?
He's not really in the show at all.
Oh, I don't know why I thought he was in that show.
No, they ended up they replace him with a different character.
Oh, so just no Howard Stark?
No.
Oh, that kind of disappointing.
So that was something else that kind of irked me, was they didn't get a lot of the actors to come back to do their voices.
Yeah, but I can understand that.
Yeah,
because it's money, it's expensive, and some of those actors are big A-lister actors. So they don't got the time. They don't got the time.
Some of it was really cool. So the guy who did the Red Skull voice is the same guy who did the Red Skull voice in Endgame.
Yeah,
and that was really cool.
And plus, to me, he sounds very similar to the original guy.
Yeah,
when they sound close enough, then I don't really pay it too much.
That I was really cool with. But like Dominic Cooper, I can recognize his accent anywhere. And so him as Howard Stark really kind of irked with me a little bit. I was like, what?
Yeah, I didn't mind it too much. Him right here, he looks like a mad scientist and stuff.
Oh yeah. But
Steve Rogers, I guess that wasn't Chris Evans either. But
yeah,
I didn't mind his voice either. It sounded good.
And it wasn't Sebastian Stan as Bucky either.
I would say that one.
Now they did get
that one kind of stood out to me, and maybe because I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, but it didn't bother me. But I just recognized that it's not the same.
Or maybe bothers the wrong word. It was just it stood out, and it was something that I was cognizant of while I was watching. I was like, that's not Sebastian.
Yeah, that's not what.
But on the flip side, all the Howling Commandos, those were all the original actors.
Yeah,
and so that's why I was all it's half and half, man, not all or nothing.
Over here, they're getting Peggy ready for the shield, basically.
Throwing the weight and stuff.
I still like their banter between them two and stuff like that. It worked for me in the movie, and it worked for me in this cartoon as well.
They did really well with it. Was Haley Atwell's really good at doing relationships and having on-screen chemistry.
Yeah,
she's really, really good at taking over that and stuff. But
I thought for a minute she'd be like, I'm super strong and super hot. I don't need you anymore, Steve Rogers.
Yeah. I've read I've read a couple of reviews of people that were really upset with their whole relationship, and I think all of those people I'm sure that they all look like me on the internet and hate themselves
because they don't have someone. They don't have super.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are like, "Why is he simping for her and stuff?" And I was like, "It's just a reverse power dynamic." I think they were actually really supportive of each other, and it was really sweet. And
and they liked each other before all this stuff happened and stuff like that. When they got to know each other and all that stuff.
Well, and I mean, their relationship grew more in this this episode than it did in Captain America.
Yeah.
They definitely had more time.
Well, they had more time together.
Yeah.
Because she's being held on the sidelines because freaking men.
Which, let's talk about that for a second. Yeah. Why does it take getting a girl Captain America for us to release the Iron Man armor decades before it happens?
Well, only reason I thought he was able to create the armor was because they got the Tesseract. Remember, she throws it on the thing and she's like, do something with this, and then
they got the power supply.
Yeah, so that was what it really was. He didn't have that power.
Fair point. Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, that's hence the whole plot of Iron Man. The art. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
That's the only reason I thought that. I thought that was kind of cool though, how they did all that.
Oh, dude, I fucking love the Hydra Stomper.
I've never heard of anything like that before.
The Hydra Stomper was rad. It was a really good addition. I liked having the two. That's why I was like, why didn't we have this before, man?
Yeah, no kidding. And almost it seemed like a cooler story with her being power and him being in that Hydra. It could be vice versa. I just want the damn Hydra. So what do you think about her first scene showing up? Because people are already saying like she's freaking OP, like super powerful. I don't know. She kind of did all the same moves Steve Rogers did. That's what I felt.
She did the same moves that Steve Rogers has done in other movies.
Yeah.
I think people are doing a 1-to-1 comparison of Captain America to this, and they're not taking into consideration shit he did like in Winter Soldier, or that he did in Civil War.
Oh, yeah.
Or stuff he did in any of the Avengers movies.
I'm taking a note. Oh, I guess, yeah, if you're comparing it for the first Captain America, he did some crazy stuff.
Yeah, but he didn't like flip a tank, you know?
But he like blew up this, it was like a way bigger than a normal regular size tank, and he jumps off of it and he's super high in the air and he landed, and that was in the first Captain.
Oh yeah, totally. Like I think people are looking for reasons to have a problem with her as a character, and like I don't have a problem with her as a character. I like it, you know, it looks good. This shot right here is fantastic.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty brutal. I was thinking, dang.
And I mean, like, if we're being real, it's not like she picked the car up and threw it.
No,
like she used its momentum against itself.
And you could tell she was surprised that it's like I think in her mind, she just wanted to stop it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the momentum carried it, and then she was like,
she's got the vibranium shield with her. Like, I don't see, like, it's a superhero show, guys. Come on.
Yeah, you can. She's supposed to do all this stuff. Like, this is what she's supposed to do.
Now, the British flag in the middle of it, I'm not getting. I don't get the whole British thing.
Only reason I can think of is because Tony Stark knew that she was British, and so that's why he did it. But yeah, why would he, if anything, he would just do like a plain costume with no flag,
all gray,
or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
something
like because why would you want her to represent the British? He's over here. He's American, right? Isn't Howard Stark American?
Yeah.
And he's working with,
and most of the people working at the SSO are Americans.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, she should have had like a shield suit, like the first shield suit.
See, that's right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Maybe the shield with the eagle on it.
Yeah, that's what it would have been cooler.
Maybe get away from the red, white, and blue.
And then she would have represented kind of everybody instead of just one country.
Keep it blue and white so it's nice and neutral.
Kind of how like Cap's outfit was at the beginning of Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. That was a nice one because it was nice and dark. It was like dark blue.
Yeah, with like the blue and like dark gray, like muted paint on the shield.
And then he still did have an eagle, but it was more like a shield eagle. It wasn't like the American, necessarily like the exact logo of the American eagle.
Well, he had like, it's like almost like the Air Force logo.
Yeah,
it was like a star with like the stripes, you know? But I love this right here.
I want to get a shot, but there we go. Yeah, man, it does look, this looks way better than old Tony Stark's first Iron Man, but I guess he didn't have all the resources and stuff.
Well, it basically looks like the first one, like the one that he made in the Afghani, like
it does look like it.
Tunnels and whatnot. It looks a lot like it.
Father, like son, you know. But it's definitely
that would make sense because like Tony learned everything he knows about engineering from his dad and like reading through his dad's books, and so it's kind of like artists who study under one artist like draw like that artist. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like, he was an engineer who studied under his dad as an engineer, so of course the designs would translate.
What do you think about him using Tesseract powers? I mean, that's crazy. Like, that thing is super strong. If that's what it's doing, is using Tesseract power.
So I think it's more just kind of like a raw energy comic book blast sort of thing, and not like a reality warping. Or I mean, like, because if it was the Tesseract power, it's
the Space Zone or whatever.
It's the Mind Gem.
Is it the mind? I thought it was the space one because
no, it's the mind. That's why Loki could like tap people and then turn them into like the mind controlled zombies.
Well, this is I do remember that. So now I'm confused because this is why I'm confused. Remember in Infinity War when Thanos crushes that Tesseract and he uses that stone to teleport out of there, and I thought it was like some kind of space zone.
He was using it to amp the other gems that he had.
Oh, okay. So it's just
because he already had the space and power.
Well,
no, he got power later.
Yeah. He had the purple one.
That was the power.
And I think he had it before he went there because he got it from, what's that name of that Xandar planet? Remember, he had destroyed Xandar before he ran into the Thor people. I think that's how he destroyed their ship. But then, I thought he used that stone, but maybe you're right. He just powered it up. I thought the stone was giving him the ability to teleport, because every time they teleport, it was always that blue glow.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Marvel.
Marvel.
Confusing the hell out of me.
Right.
But it is cool though how he's just.
I mean, long story short, it is a giant powerhouse of power. Yeah. And so far, I mean, at least my interpretation in the show was that Howard Stark used it as a battery.
Yeah.
And so he's just kind of shooting blasts of cosmic energy that are like indestructible. And it makes sense
too, because even in the future movies like Ultron, remember Ultron's laughing at us because we were using it only to vibranium just to create shield, and he created a whole being out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This part's kind of funny. She's like, "You're not gonna get anything from me." They should have showed us her slapping him around a little bit.
Well, she doesn't have to slap him around. She's above that.
Oh no, she did it. They implied that she beat the hell out of him. They got all the information. So might as well just show it.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. This is back in the beginning when she was getting her super serum. I was a little disappointed because I thought this would be one of those women empowerment moments. You know, when Steve got the super serum, he screams and they're trying to stop it. And he's like, "No, I can handle it." I thought she would do the same thing. She would scream, they'd try to stop it, and she'd be like, "No, I can handle it," and then she'd come out Captain Carter.
Yeah.
But they just ignored all that. There was no sounds.
Oh no, she just took it like a champ. She's
they should have had her do it the same. To me, it made her seem stronger if she was like taking all. We knew she was taking the pain.
I totally agree.
It was almost like she passed out. She just woke up. Yeah. So this is all crazy. Now I've heard a bunch of stories about that creature that comes out of there. What's your take on that thing? Like
that's the Hydra.
What do you mean the actual logo, the Hydra? So that thing is an actual real entity thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just, where is it coming from? Like, what do you...
Another dimension, like Dormammu, Agamotto, kind of Doctor Strange levels of
I wonder why do he must have found like some old document or something and he started following Hydra or
That's
something.
part of the whole like Hydra Nazi looking for ancient things sort of thing.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
So he finds the true Hydra god, you know, like they give it a name, but like it's, in the comic books, it's the Hydra god. You know? And he just lives in another dimension. They try to bring him over here to harness his power.
Those fools.
Yeah.
I don't understand what exactly is powering this. I guess it's that generator, but who did all that? You think? I guess the Hydra people did.
They built that really quickly. Yeah. For having like no idea how the Hydra Stomper works, man. They built that thing super quickly. They're like, we got that thing that we built for Paul that didn't work. I think it might fit him. Yeah. It might fit the Hydra Stomper. Paul is a big guy. Hydra Stomper's a little bit bigger. I think it's gonna fit.
Yeah, we just put some inner smaller clamps.
I mean, look at that. That is some like finished machined metal, man.
Very specific for him for that device.
Yeah, they threw that shit together in like 3 days, man.
Yeah, because Steve Rogers wasn't missing that long. They went after him immediately.
Yeah. They showed up, they're like, oh no.
Oh, well, you get
and like, why do they have the machine? Why not just pull the Tesseract out of it?
They did. The Tesseract's not in it, right? That's what they're using to power up the...
Then why is this machine here?
Because it has its own power source. That's why it's yellow now. Which I don't understand what the yellow power... It's yellow power. It's not blue power anymore.
Yellow power. Which is supplementing the blue power?
Yeah, I guess so. Whatever it is. This is... I guess they couldn't come up with any other way to get this thing powered, because it's like, oh, we've already taken the Tesseract out. How are we going to power this thing up? And then they came up with it.
The power of friendship.
What do you think about her getting that sword? I can't find any scenes with her in the sword. That's her just charging. I guess it's like right after this. Because to me, it looks like it's just a regular ass sword. There's nothing special about that sword. She just pulled the decoration off of the wall and now she's using it.
Yeah.
But I've heard some people say that's some kind of sword. Some kind of Marvel's like specific sword.
It could be.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah, because it was something that Red Skull had captured, like one of those artifacts or something like that. I can't remember what they called it.
It sounds like people implying stuff that they want to be there.
Yeah, you know how people like they'll try to pull
create their own Easter eggs.
Yep. Speculate off of things.
So I mean, it's true. Red Skull did collect an ass ton of swords. Like, he had the Black Blade Saber and he had Excalibur for a while.
Right.
And I mean, there's a couple of other ones.
And boom, there he is. I think they look pretty cool too. This gives you a little taste of what it's going to look like in modern times with current characters. They still got that Disney look. You know what I mean? Like the big eyes, You know, the big, like, almost button nose. Actually, Nick Fury looks more humanoid than
So Nick Fury looks like he looks like somebody made a drawing of Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
like they didn't look at a picture of Sam Jackson. They looked at a drawing that somebody made of him.
It does look like someone else. Like, it looks like some other black guy that I can't think of. You know, like I've seen somewhere else. It doesn't look like.
I was like, I didn't want to be that guy that said that, but like it does.
Yeah, like, and whereas Hawkeye looks pretty close to Hawkeye.
Yeah, he looks like Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Or, you know, Matthew Perry, like somewhere in between.
Yeah. Go back a little. He does.
He does. Like, bro, could he be any more Hawkeye? Yeah. And it's good. Like, the animation is good. The stories are good. I just, much like the comic book, I wasn't like a huge fan of the comic. You know, like, I didn't hate it. I'd pick up, you know, issues if like the cover looked good. But you know, everything I've seen looks all right. I'll watch it. That's cool. I give it like an A.
You're giving it an A?
Yeah, I'd say like A minus. You know, like if I'm gonna be really picky, you know, I could find a way to make it like an A minus, but I'm gonna just give it like a solid A. Like, they sought out to do a what if cartoon about Captain Carter. You know, what if Peggy Carter got the serum instead of Steve Rogers? They told a really compelling story with really good animation, and they wrapped it up really succinctly. And yeah, I don't really like see any fails, you know?
I think it's pretty good too. I like it up there. So I can't wait for number 2.